Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but mosquito-borne viruses are spreading rapidly throughout the United States. Now today I want to break down what's going on, talk about the multiple viruses that are currently spreading throughout the US, how people are contracting these viruses, and what you can do to prevent this from actually impacting you. So I'm going to break all this down because right now we need to stop this before it spreads even bigger, because we are already hearing that certain cities, certain counties, and potentially states will lock down and put people on and again, I hate to say this, but a voluntary curfew in which they will enforce. So technically, it's a lockdown. So again, I'm going to bring all this to your attention today so that we can prevent this from moving forward. So all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So I talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I said that there was a virus over in the Massachusetts area that is called Triple E. Triple E was causing certain counties to shut down and actually enforce a voluntary lockdown after 6 p.m. Well, guess what? That is still in effect, and other counties are moving forward with the exact same voluntary lockdown. But again, it's voluntary. However, police are going up and down the streets enforcing it to ensure that we do not see this virus spreading. Well, why is it spreading? Well, it's simple. Mosquitoes are the carrier. It's not people, it is mosquitoes. So even if somebody has a virus, a mosquito goes and bites them. Here's the issue. The mosquito gets up, flies away, and bites somebody else, in which it transfers the virus from one person to the next. Again, the mosquito is the carrier, and there's millions of mosquitoes out there. Look at this. It says New Hampshire man tests positive for Triple E and 2 other mosquito viruses, is now fighting for their life. This was just posted yesterday. Here's the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention now, because it is difficult. This is what we are seeing. Look at this. It says terrifying and gut-wrenching. My brother-in-law is not a small man, and to see someone that you love be as sick as he is and not be able to talk, to move, to communicate for over 3 weeks is terrifying and gut-wrenching. This guy is not a small man. Now, one thing I can tell you, Triple E, and this isn't a huge issue, it has a 30% mortality rate. Okay, 1 out of 3 people that contract Triple E will die as a result. Not only that, okay, and again, this is a troubling thing with the mosquito-borne illnesses, especially these viruses, is they can cause paralysis. And like this person saying, this person can't move, can't talk, cannot communicate for over 3 weeks. I want to show you a map. This is a map of Triple E. This is the Eastern Equine Encephalitis. This is so far in 2024. Look at this map, okay? You can see everything is pretty much isolated over here to the East Coast. But it's pretty much up here in the Northeast region. But if you look at this, Massachusetts had 2 cases. We got New Hampshire with 1, Vermont with 1. That makes sense, right? They're very close. They're next door. But then we got New Jersey down here with 1. Here's the issue, and this is where experts say they are concerned. This was isolated. This is extremely isolated here. This is one of those cases that they're worried about. How did a mosquito or how did a person get to Wisconsin? How do we have a positive case in Wisconsin? Hopefully that person traveled from Vermont, New Hampshire, or Massachusetts. And it's not the mosquitoes are spreading. Again, we don't know, but the states in between haven't reported any cases. So that's the good news there. I want to show you one other thing though, because this right here, this map that I'm going to show you, this shows cases of the West Nile virus so far in 2024. Okay, it says so far there has been 377 confirmed cases, human disease cases in the U.S. so far in 2024. Look at this. Got Texas down here, 46 cases. Okay, over here Pennsylvania, 14. New York, 25. Nebraska 30, South Dakota 13, 11 in North Dakota, right? Got nothing in these states. California 26, Nevada 23. You get the idea. Now, I'm not going to go over all the West Nile stuff. Okay, again, it's important. You got to understand it. But the reason why this is such a big deal is because these are mosquito-borne viruses. We got dengue fever. We have West Nile. We have triple E. These are not all the same. Let's look at this. It says health officials are reporting at least 18 deaths from West Nile virus in the U.S. this year, with 3 recent deaths recorded in Wisconsin and Illinois. There have been 6 cases of Eastern equine encephalitis, or triple E, including 1 person who died after testing positive for the virus, as well as dengue cases reported in several states. The viruses that cause all 3 illnesses are transmitted to humans via mosquito bite. That is the issue. Again, dengue fever, West Nile, triple E, all problematic. Now, here's something I want to just warn you on. We are coming up to something that a lot of people look forward to. It's Oktoberfest. Here in Washington State, there's a big one. They usually do in Leavenworth, Washington. Okay, and again, a lot of people and there's a lot of different festivals and things like that in October. But here's what you need to understand: these things could potentially be canceled. Look at this one right here. It says threat of triple E leads to cancellation of Oktoberfest Vermont 2024. Remember back in 2020. Remember back in March, April, May, things were getting canceled. School canceled, work canceled, festivals canceled, concerts, different sporting events canceled. So when this came out just a couple days ago, that the threat of triple E leads to cancellation of Oktoberfest, kind of got flashbacks. Is this the next virus? Is this the next pandemic? I don't know. But what we've been told is 2025 is going to be the year. Now, I'm not here to get you to worry about all this, okay? I'm not here to spread fear. I just want to open your eyes as to what is happening. Mosquitoes are out there, okay? But why are mosquitoes such a big threat? It says mosquitoes carry a number of viruses and parasites that can be harmful to human health, including malaria, dengue, yellow fever, chikungunya, West Nile virus, and Eastern equine encephalitis. Different species of mosquitoes are adept to spreading different viruses. It says right here, the species primarily responsible for spreading Eastern equine encephalitis, Culiceti melanura, have drawn the most attention lately because of how deadly disease is. But fewer than 6 cases have been reported so far this year in the U.S. And that's pretty on par with what's reported in New England every year. This is according to Dr. James Shepard, an infectious disease expert at Yale University. It says, despite the recent drastic actions of local authorities in closing down public areas, the number of infections so far this year don't seem to be any greater than other years. So here's the reason why I wanted to read you that. The numbers are on par. But what's really disturbing is how close together these cases are coming in. Again, if we only have a handful of cases per year, that's on par with normal years. That's fine. But the issue is these numbers are all very close. These cases are coming in, it's more frequent. The concern is what happens if this mosquito kind of outbreak takes over. Mosquitoes start spreading around the country. What happens then? That's the concern. So I will leave you with that. That is what we know as of today. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.